Hey, it's Nicole again, talking about ME, CFS, and fibromyalgia and my next steps as far as my recovery goes. So I think yesterday was probably the worst day for crashes for me in a very long time. And I look fine. I usually do these videos in the morning, and anybody who has ME, CFS, or fibro knows that you can feel and look fine 1 second, and then all of a sudden you're just down and out and can't move and you're just a hot mess. So right now I'm feeling a bit better, and I thought we could talk about the battery kind of idea, the battery theory. And I have these little marbles from the dollar store, and I've got these jars. They're just jam jars, and I wrote battery on it. So what I do is I counted out 16 marbles. This is my reserve bin. I counted out 16 marbles, and then I have a list, and every time that I go to bed, it's like I'm a battery and I'm recharging the battery that is me. That's like a symbolic energy reserve for me. And this is a system that I have learned from over the internet or from the medical community, and I haven't really taken it fully into my life, so I'm going to try and see if I can really kind of bring it in, use it as a system to help manage my symptoms, because I know that if I'm a battery and I have no energy left, then my symptoms flare up, right? And when you're so flared with symptoms, then your battery recharger can't really work, right? Like when you sleep, you're not really sleeping to recharge like a normal person would. You're just your limbic system's revved up, you're waking up constantly, you're not okay, or if you go for a walk, right? You're so exhausted, have nothing left, that going for a walk just impacts your system so much more than, or a run, or wherever, or standing up, or wherever you are in your health. But it impacts your system so much more than it can take, right? So it's all about kind of building up these marbles. So what I'm doing is I'm going to give myself, I started with 16 marbles. As of yesterday, I had 0. I was because I obviously are flaring up. So I was okay. And I made a list where I was okay, every time I sleep, I'm going to give myself X number of marbles, depending on how many hours of sleep, how I'm feeling. So last night, I woke up a couple times and I was you know what, I'll give myself 6 marbles to work with today. And I'm sure it's a bit of an art form that you'll have to adjust as you go. But then things like walking my dog, I'm okay, walking my dog takes, for me, I don't go very far. I just take her out for a little pee and a poo and then come back. The pee-poo breaks of puppy dogs. And I can't really go very far right now. I used to be able to go a kilometer, and after I had a really bad crash, I might go 100 feet, and that's the walk. But that takes 1 marble. Now I have a 4-year-old son as well. If I bring him along, the effort to get him dressed, to bring him out, to turn around and come back when he doesn't want to come back, I would say takes 2 marbles. So there's little decisions about your day that you can make because of those marbles. So doing the dishes for me is 1 marble. Watching a movie that might be violent could be a marble. So going out and socializing is already 6 marbles. So right now I wouldn't be able to. And my idea is that it can just build up over time to have my energy reserve really, in a good spot. It's built up. So I'm going to do that. I would love for you to kind of follow along and maybe do that with me and see how you're feeling, and we can kind of go from there. I'd love some, if anyone wants to join me on this journey. Yeah, because definitely I'd love to go back to the Wim Hof, which is when this whole thing started, but Wim Hof, it takes X amount of marbles that I don't have, right? There wasn't enough marbles in my system, marbles, to be able to get me where I needed to be. So thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll update you on how this is going, and comment below too if you would like to follow along or if you have any thoughts.